And the Women's World Cup has ended, and the trophy is headed to Spain. La Roja won its first Women's World Cup title, beating the English Lionesses 1-0 in the final in Sydney. Both teams were playing in the final for the first time. ABC News contributor, USA Today sports columnist Christine Brennan joins me now for more. Christine, this win gave the Spanish women their first major international trophy, but it also comes on the heels of controversy with the Spanish Federation. So what does this win mean for Spain?
You're right, Diane. Yeah, it's a remarkable performance on the field. It looks like if you watch the Spanish women play, it looks like the ball is attached to their feet by a string, and they all are working together in unison in a way that we rarely see in the game to the level that they can do it. It's perfection and it's beautiful. And they won. There's no doubt about it. But the story of the last 9 months, the concern about the coach, Jorge Vilda, and 15 of the players writing a letter saying they would not participate on the national team because of his behavior, because of his coaching tactics, because of all the trouble that they had with him. Well, if you doubted that for a moment, if as you watched that from around the world and said, oh, is that true or not? Well, you got the answer with that unbelievable moment when Jennifer Hermoso, one of the stars of the Spanish team, the leading scorer ever on the Spanish team, as she's getting her medal and going through the line, the president of the Spanish Soccer Federation, Luis Rubiales, kissed her on the lips. An unwanted kiss in 2023 there for the world to see. Absolutely stunning behavior. It's kind of amazing he hasn't been let go or reprimanded yet. I guess they're still celebrating. But in most other countries, at least some other countries, Diane, I believe he would be summarily fired. And my goodness, I wish I weren't talking about this, of course, but we must. Because if this is how you are treating your women, your stars, your leading scorer, one of your heroes that way in front of the world, what on earth is going on behind the scenes when the cameras aren't looking? And that really, truly is one of the lingering stories of this Spanish victory now today.
Christine, the English Lionesses went into the final unbeaten and were aiming to bring, of course, the World Cup back to England for the first time since 1966. So how do you think England played, and what does this final say for them?
England played well throughout the tournament, and actually, Diane, they built and they got better as the tournament went on, which is why I think many people, including myself, thought they would win, and that the coach of the year for sure, Serena Vigman, would finally get that World Cup after coming in second, coaching a different team, the Netherlands, 4 years ago. But that wasn't to be the case, and I think certainly Spain outplayed them every which way. England just didn't quite seem to have the right formation in the first half when Spain definitely dominated play. England got back into it a little in the second half and certainly, had their chances. But it never felt like England was going to be able to score or, tie the game or really pose much of a challenge for Spain. So otherwise, though, what a remarkable turn of events for England, a country that, as we've talked about, did not allow women to play soccer for 50 years, from 1921 to 1971. And how many World Cup titles would they have had if they hadn't done that? But meanwhile, they're back, they're strong. The Lionesses are excellent, a very worthy opponent for Spain, and deserving of all the accolades they're receiving today.
Now, there were more than 75,000 fans at the final stadium in Australia. FIFA says the average crowd for games was higher than the average at 8 previous Women's World Cups. So do you think we're seeing the rise of women's soccer at the international level?
Oh, without a doubt. Each year it builds. They have the 32 teams just like the men this time, and the attendance was extraordinary. I covered the 99 World Cup among several others, and it reminded me of that feeling just from watching it from afar. Australia and New Zealand just rising to the occasion, and little girls and their moms and dads and little boys going and appreciating women athletes. This is a wonderful stepping stone as I think the world continues to give women their due around, in terms of sports. Title IX here in the United States gave the U.S. the head start. Other countries were not as open-minded about women having opportunities. And when you think of the sexism and the misogyny that is on display to this minute from the Spanish Soccer Federation, but you saw it obviously in countries all over the world. Well, now they're being shamed, frankly, and saying, well, why aren't you as good as some of these other nations? And that's a great turn of events, because it's all about giving girls and women opportunity they haven't had for generations. Now they're getting that opportunity. And when you think of this, Australia, when they played England, the most watched TV show in the history of Australia. That's pretty remarkable. And the TV ratings here in the United States in the middle of the night were excellent. So people want this. They want to watch women playing sports. It's soccer, but it's so much more than soccer. It's about empowering our daughters, our nieces, our granddaughters to have opportunities that previous generations never had. And this World Cup will be seen in that historical context as we move into the rest of the 20s and the 30s. And I think it is a wonderful touchstone for where women's sports are around the world.
Love to hear it. ABC News contributor, USA Today sports columnist Christine Brennan. Thanks, Christine.
Diane, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.